For B, they don't give you the slope, but we can find it. So I'll find my slope first. I'll do this right up here. 5 minus 8, remember it's y minus y over x minus x. So I have 5 minus 8 over negative 2 minus 1. So that gives me negative 3 over negative 3, which simplifies to 1. So my slope is 1. All I have to do is pick one of these points. I'll choose this one. And whichever method you prefer, again, I prefer the point slope formula, so I'll use that. Y minus 5 equals 1, we found the slope, times x minus negative 2. So minus a negative is just going to be plus 2. Okay, so I have y minus 5 equals 1 times x is x, 1 times 2 is 2. Bring this 5 over, you have y equals x plus 7. Again, we need to put this in standard form because that was the directions for A, B, and C. Okay, so I'll just bring this back over here. And I have negative x plus y equals 7. The coefficient of x is negative, so we need to make that positive. All you have to do is multiply the whole thing by negative 1. So you get positive x minus y equals negative 7. It just changes all the signs. And that's your answer. Okay. C, a line passing through the point 3, 2 with a slope of 0. This should be a red flag. Okay? If you have a slope of 0, that means that the line is a horizontal line. Right? It's a horizontal line somewhere. It's y equals something. Okay? In this case, it's going to be y equals 2. I can see that. Even if you don't remember this, you can still use your point slope formula and it'll give you the right answer. I'll show you. So I have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's y minus 2 equals 0 times x minus 3. Well, 0 times anything is just going to give us 0 over here as a whole. So y minus 2 equals 0. Add your 2 over and you get y equals 2. Now I know it says put it in standard form, but that's the only thing you can have for standard form. 13 is a word problem. This may be the most difficult part of the test, so I'm going to show you how to do it real quick. Jamie Brown decides to drain his pool very slowly. His pool is 15 feet in diameter and 6 feet deep at the deepest part. Before he begins, his pool has 28,000 gallons in it. After 4 hours, the pool has 24,400 gallons in it. Write a linear function, that's key, to model the number of gallons in the pool with respect to time. So we're worried about the number of gallons and the time. We're not worried about how big his pool is. Those do not matter. The dimensions do not matter. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find 2 points. Time is usually your x. So I'm going to put x as my time and then number of gallons as my y. I have 2 statements right here that can give me 2 points. Before he begins, he has 28,000 gallons. So before he begins is 0 time, and then 28,000 gallons is my y. After 4 hours, so 4 is my x now, 24,400 gallons is my y. I can use this just like I did on 12b up here, okay? I can find the slope and I can make a linear equation and then change it to a linear function just by adding f of x. So what I'll do is my slope formula. I have 28,000 minus 24,400 all over 0 minus 4. Okay, so that gives me 3,600 divided by negative 4. That's negative 900. That makes sense because he's losing gallons, so my slope should be negative. After that, I can just use my point slope formula. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y minus, just pick you a point. I'll pick this one since it has 0 in it. That looks a little bit easier. Y minus 28,000 equals negative 900 times x minus 0. Okay, so that just turns into y minus 28,000 equals negative 900x. Bring that over here. All I have to do now is bring this 28,000 over. So my equation is y equals negative 900x plus 28,000. Don't forget that we want a linear function and not an equation. So I'll just replace y with f of x. And that is my answer. Okay? I'll do the rest on the next video.